if we were trying to identify someone who we would consider to be the epitome of the spirit of the Labrador Winter Games, I think we'd have to choose Max Winters.
He's extremely knowledgeable. Every time he opened his mouth, you listened, and you never cut him off. You listened to him, and you took it in, and then when he was done, you'd go back and say, okay, Max, what about this? And Max would always have an answer for you.
And he just had a way of encouraging you that made you want to play harder and want to do better.
Oh, he was a competitor, but he was always a gentleman.
A Mr. Labrador, really, right? You know, from Makovic, loved Makovic.
And he was always a captain of some sort, always a leader, but a very quiet leader.
Yeah, Max was an all-around sportsman, and was like hockey, ball, hunting, fishing. And
of all the people that Barb and I have seen come through our office through the games over the many, many years, Max was never a problem. It was a case of, if he walked into the building, it's to get his mail and to say hello, because the event was going to be first class. And it is the premier event of the Labrador Winter Games. These athletes now are incredibly fit. They train harder than most. You know, when you think about running on snowshoes and setting the trap and the fire and the kettle boiling and that last activity of putting that hole in the ice. And Max, you know, not only did he prepare and make sure that all of this was just perfect, but he was also out there cheering everyone on. And I'm sure he had his favorites, but every single person that competed in the Labrathon got 1,000% from Max Winters.
And as a coach, he brought the best out in everyone. And he did it in a way that was, you know, it was so subtle, like you didn't realize that you were being quote unquote coached. I mean, Mackie just had that way about him.
He wouldn't directly say, like, you should do this or you should do that. He would talk about the strategy of a position or a play or something, and just go through it, and like you have a two-way conversation, and you would pick up a lot through that way. Yeah.
he had a problem with one of his eyes. He got hit in the eye with a puck, and he was told not to play hockey, but of course nobody told Max what to do. And he was a sniper. He was a good goal scorer and a good teammate.
My fondest memory of Max for the last number of years is that as he got older, he couldn't play sports and he didn't participate coaching so much, but we watched a lot of sports together at the arena and at the ball field, and we always sat together, and even when he was cold, we'd cover him up in a blanket, and he'd always look at and say, see that fella there? He's not doing that right. This is what he should do, and he knew it technically, and he still had that mindset, I'm a coach, I'm a player.
And he had an opinion. And that's what I liked about him, is that, you know, if he saw something and he thought there should be a comment on it, then, you know, Max would comment on it, and you take notice of what he said, because, you know, you understood right away that he was being very genuine in what he was talking about. And, you know, if there was an opportunity to probably to recognize someone for what they were doing, you know, for their own efforts, he'd like to do that. And I thought that was kind of special about Max, to tell you the truth, because, you know, it was just, you know, you wouldn't forget him. He had that presence around the games, and you know, I think it's something that a lot of people will miss, to tell you the truth, not seeing him around the games.
We'd always torment each other, so and of course Max always came out on the on the good end, I guess. Like I said, whenever we met, obviously we were, you know, very glad to see each other, always. But we talked serious for probably the most of 30 seconds or a minute, and then we start shooting digs at each other type thing, in a very, you know, positive and appreciative way type thing. But yeah, but it was never getting one up on him, regardless of how good I, you know, came to him or tried to come. Guarantee, and I miss it too.